Welcome back to Autism Live. Today we're talking about the arts and how amazing having someplace to go where you get to express yourself artistically can help an individual with different abilities. So I'm so excited. Our next guest is Conor Hanney, and he is joining us here. He is the writer-director of Best Buddies, the hip-hop musical, which just did its first preview at the Hollywood Fringe Festival and is getting ready to open at the Hollywood Fringe. So Conor, first of all, welcome and thank you for being with us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And so you previewed the other day. When do you actually hard open? When is your opening night?
Our opening night is actually a matinee, Sunday, June 10th at 1 p.m., and it's at the Broadwater Second Stage on Theater Row, right around Santa Monica and Vine in Hollywood.
Fabulous. And so you've written many musicals. What made you decide to write this musical, Best Buddies?
Sure. So I've been working with the cognitively disabled community for the last decade or so, starting with this camp called Camp I'm Special back in Jacksonville, Florida, and had been writing content for individuals with special needs that are, cognitively within the 6 to 14 demo by virtue of my work at Disney Channel and DreamWorks, and now I'm over on this Netflix show called Prince of Peoria that'll drop in the fall, but had only recently, within the last couple of years, starting writing content featuring individuals with disabilities. I'm in the Writers with Disabilities Committee over at the WGA, and I work with this theater company in North Hollywood for actors with Down syndrome and special needs that I had basically cast this musical through with the help of Gail Williamson at KMR Talent.
We love Gail, and we're very familiar with many of her clients. So let's talk about who is in your cast, because you have a very rich and diverse cast.
Yeah, so we've got, you can go alphabetically if you want. We got this guy, Jacob Braun. He plays Jacob. Everyone plays not themselves, but sort of heightened versions of themselves. It's set in a high school, and so they're playing these just fun caricatures that are leaning into their strengths and idiosyncrasies and eccentricities. We got Jacob Braun, we have Shannon Diericks, Chloe Houghton, Craig Jaffe, John Tucker, JT, who's on Born This Way on A&E.
Wonderful. And then, go ahead, keep going.
No, then on our neurotypical side of the cast, it's just folks from my previous musicals, Divorce the Hip Hop Musical and Stranger Things, the musical tribute. We got Kelsey Gores, Ike Flitcraft, my brother, Kevin Hanney, Gabe Greenspan, and Callie Ott. Okay,
and I love this idea of inclusive theater. I think it's where we all need to get to, of course. So this isn't your first time then directing a show with individuals with very diverse abilities. Is that correct, or was this the first time?
It's something at this scale, it's definitely a first. We've been rehearsing since January weekly to do this, hour-long musical with 12 original songs, and there's no, I'm directing it, but I'm not even backstage. I'm not sitting front row. I'm not feeding lines. It's all, self-contained and delivered, and sort of whatever happens. But we started rehearsing in January. I wrote it in December, but previous to that, with Gail's help, had actually pre-cast every neurodiverse individual in the cast, and then done these sort of extensive long-form interviews with them at their respective homes in Northridge and West Hills, Englewood, Santa Ana, and Anaheim, just to learn their speech patterns and lexicon, and just write the characters and dialogue for them specifically, just to sort of less steepen the learning curve.
And what do you hope audiences will get from this, Conor?
I'm really hoping that they are just entertained independent of the inclusivity. Like, it would be great for them to just, find it empirically, hilarious, and find the characters, fun and endearing without the, the caveat of, for a show that's inclusive,
Right.
just to sort of entertain independent of that, just letting it inform the conversation thereafter and the experience during, not monopolizing it, but just sort of going in direction that I hope society can go, which is like a perfect comfortability and a perfect proportional integration.
Yeah, it's a piece of art. You want it to stand on its own, and
Yeah.
exactly, I understand completely. So let's talk a little bit about when people can see this and how they can see it. So you're opening on June 10th at the Broadwater Theater as part of the Hollywood Fringe, and that's at 1 o'clock. When are your other performances
Mm-hmm.
throughout the month?
We're also doing then the following weekend a Saturday night show, Saturday, June 16th at 8 p.m. And then the following day, another Sunday matinee, June 17th at 2 p.m. And then the next weekend, Saturday, June 23rd, another 8 p.m. Evening show. And then the next Sunday, June 24th at another 2 p.m. matinee to close us out.
Okay, it sounds fabulous. And we've been talking on the show because I also have a show at the Fringe. And on the 10th, you could come and see my show if you already have tickets at 11 o'clock, and then grab a quick bite to eat and stick around to see Best Buddies, the hip hop musical, and be able to do that. So, I would encourage you to do that. That would be a wonderful way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Conor, you mentioned that we caught you at a lunch break. You're at Netflix right now. Tell us a little bit about the show that you said is dropping in the fall.
It's called Prince of Peoria. It's one of Netflix's first live-action tween sitcoms that they're doing, and it's from Nick Stanton and Devin Bungie, who are the creators of Gamer's Guide to Pretty Much Everything over on Disney XD. That I work for them over there, and yeah, it's a brother program to Alexa and Katie, which they a couple months ago, but ours is skewing more male, targeting the 6 to 14 demo, but more specifically 8 to 12-year-old boys. So should be just a lot of fun. There's
Fabulous.
a lot of cool, fun stunts and set pieces.
We'll check it out. I didn't ask you, but is Best Buddies, the hip hop musical, is it family friendly? What age can people bring to the theater?
Yeah, a lot of folks have been bringing kids. We had a 3-year-old in the audience the other day. It's like PG-13, no F-bombs, no sexual situations, really. It's set in a high school, not sanitized by any means, and there's some language here and there, but yeah.
Okay, fabulous. And we showed on the screen, you can go to hollywoodfringe.org, and when you go there, what you want to do is search. You can search by musical, or you can search by the name, Best Buddies, and you will be able to find it and make your reservation to have tickets. We do caution everyone that if you're going to the Hollywood Fringe, parking is a challenge, right, Conor? So get there early. Shows do start exactly on time. They don't hold the curtain, so you want to make sure that you get there in plenty of time. It's playing at the Broadwater Theater at the second stage. Definitely give your time and attention to this fabulous show. Conor, I think it's amazing what you're doing.
Thanks, Shannon.